Not every Capricorn carries the exact same vibration. Two people with the same sun sign can feel completely different in the way they move through life, handle emotions, or chase their goals. That's because behind the label Capricorn, there are three powerful energetic nuances called decans, and each one colors this sign with its own rhythm, lessons, and gifts. In astrology, decans are like subtle filters over your sun sign. Capricorn season stretches from December 22nd to January 19th, but those days are divided into three segments of roughly 10 days each. Each segment, each decan, is guided by a different planetary influence, shaping the way your Capricorn energy expresses itself in the world. The core remains the same: ambition, resilience, discipline, but the way you feel it, show it, and live it can be incredibly personal. As you listen, gently bring your own birth date to mind. Where does your Capricorn energy fall? Are you at the very beginning of the sign, in the middle, or towards the end? Feel free to share your date of birth and zodiac sign in the comments, not just as information, but as a way of placing yourself consciously in the story of your own soul. Your birthday is one of the coordinates the universe used to place you exactly where you needed to be. And if learning about astrology helps you understand your path, your patterns, and your purpose more deeply, make sure you subscribe to Signs and Secrets so you don't miss the messages the universe is using this channel to send you. Capricorn is traditionally ruled by Saturn, the planet of time, structure, responsibility, and karmic lessons. That's why this sign often shows up as the builder, the strategist, the one who can endure what others cannot. But when we zoom in and look at the three decans, Saturn doesn't act alone. Venus and Mercury step in as co-authors of the Capricorn story, adding beauty, sensitivity, intelligence, and sharp perception to this grounded Earth sign. Let's begin with the first decan. Capricorns born between December 22nd and December 31st. This decan is ruled entirely by Saturn, without any extraplanetary flavor to soften or redirect the energy. These are the purest carriers of the Capricorn archetype. If you belong to this group, your soul came into this lifetime with a deep contract around responsibility, achievement, and mastery. First decan Capricorns often feel like they were older even as children. You may have felt pressure to grow up fast, to be the reliable one, the strong one, the one others could lean on. There's a seriousness in your gaze, even when you're smiling, as if part of you is always tracking the next step, the next plan, the next mountain. Your ambition is rarely loud, but it is consistent and unwavering. You don't need to boast about your goals. You quietly build them, brick by brick. You value discipline, hard work, and perseverance. When life gets heavy, you don't collapse. You tighten your grip and keep climbing. You might be drawn to positions of authority or long-term projects that require patience and commitment. There's a dignified determination in you that others sense, even if they can't explain it. At your best, you become the embodiment of reliability, someone who can hold a vision over time and bring it into reality. But the same Saturnian influence that gives you strength can also become a weight. You may struggle to relax, to surrender, to allow yourself to be playful or vulnerable. Sometimes you carry the world on your shoulders because you don't fully trust that things will work out unless you are constantly controlling every detail. If this feels familiar, the universe is gently reminding you that rest is not a sign of weakness. Allowing yourself a pause, a breath, or a moment of softness doesn't make you less serious about your goals. It makes you more sustainable. If this description is already helping you recognize yourself or the Capricorn in your life, Take a moment to support this energy.
Gently tap the like button so this message can reach more people who are searching for the same clarity and healing you are. Support Signs and Secrets. Become a channel member for exclusive videos and early access. Now we move into the second decan, Capricorns born between January 1st and January 10th. Here, Venus joins the story. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, pleasure, and harmony, and in this decan, it brings a Taurus-like influence to Capricorn's earthy nature. The result is a Capricorn who is still ambitious and hardworking, but with a softer, more sensual, and more heart-centered expression. If you belong to this middle segment of Capricorn, you may find yourself deeply drawn to comfort, aesthetics, and stability. You don't just want success, you want a life that feels beautiful, grounded, and secure. You might have a strong appreciation for art, music, design, food, or anything that engages the senses. Your ambition is often tied to creating a solid, comfortable reality for yourself and the people you love. Second decan Capricorns often have a quiet charm. You may be more diplomatic, more affectionate, or more expressive in relationships than other Capricorns. Saturn still makes you serious about your commitments, but Venus adds warmth and a desire for genuine connection. Loyalty, consistency, and mutual effort are deeply important to you in love. You can be an incredibly devoted partner, someone who shows care not only through words, but through actions, gifts, and the environment you create. However, this Venusian influence can also bring attachments. You might cling to routines, relationships, or possessions even when they no longer serve your growth, simply because they feel familiar or safe. Change may feel especially uncomfortable for you because it threatens the stability you worked so hard to build. Your spiritual lesson is to trust that letting go of what is no longer aligned makes space for something even more beautiful to come in. Finally, we arrive at the third decan, Capricorns born between January 11th and January 19th.
This decan is guided by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and analysis. Here, Capricorn blends with a Virgo-like precision, giving these natives a mind that is sharp, strategic, and constantly processing. If your birthday falls in this period, your Capricorn energy shows up in how you think, organize, and solve problems. You may have a natural talent for planning, logistics, or systems. Your brain is rarely still. You're always breaking things down into steps, evaluating options, and looking for the most efficient way to get from point A to point B. You may also be skilled at communicating complex ideas in a clear, structured way. Third decan Capricorns can be brilliant strategists. You see patterns that others miss, and you're often the person people turn to when they need practical advice or a logical solution. You may be drawn to fields that require analysis, critical thinking, or structure, such as finance, engineering, research, technology, or any area where details really matter. The shadow side of this decan lies in overthinking and perfectionism. Your mind can become so focused on what's not yet perfect that you forget to acknowledge how far you've already come. You might be overly critical of yourself or others, constantly revising, tweaking, and adjusting. The spiritual invitation for you is to zoom out regularly, to reconnect with the bigger picture, and remember that progress is often more important than perfection. Across all three decans, the Capricorn essence is present: determination, resilience, and an unshakable drive to build something meaningful. But Saturn, Venus, and Mercury each tune that energy in a different way. The first decan carries Saturn's pure discipline and weight of responsibility. The second decan softens the edges with Venus, bringing beauty, pleasure, and devotion into the Capricorn journey. The third decan infuses Mercury's brilliant mind, making Capricorn more analytical, communicative, and mentally agile. Take a moment now to feel into where you land.
Are you the Saturn-heavy first decan, the Venus-touched second decan, or the Mercury-guided third decan? Or maybe you're listening for someone you love, a partner, a child, a friend, or a family member. When you understand their decan, you start to see why they approach life, love, and success the way they do. If you feel called, share your date of birth and zodiac sign in the comments and tell us which Capricorn decan you belong to or feel most aligned with. Your story may mirror someone else's experience and help them feel less alone on their path. As you continue your journey with astrology, remember that Signs and Secrets is here to walk that path with you. If this message resonated with your heart, make sure you subscribe to Signs and Secrets so you never miss the guidance, confirmations, and cosmic reminders the universe is sending your way. And if this breakdown of Capricorn Decans brought you insight, healing, or even just a sense of being seen, honor that moment by liking this video. Every like tells the algorithm and the universe that this kind of spiritual and astrological content matters. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.